Most people think pelvic floor exercises do not hurt them or cannot help them. But the reality is they can actually do a lot more damage than you realize. Most people do them without realizing their exercises are making them worse. In this video, I'm going to explain to you what is going on there and what to do instead. When you do pelvic floor exercises, most often the number one thing that is recommended is kegel exercises. In an attempt to relax the muscles inside the pelvis, the individual tries to do kegels as best as they can, but in the process of doing them, they actually exert more pressure. They actually end up bearing down or squeezing their anus to try to initiate the kegel exercise. Kegel exercise is an attempt, it's a sad attempt in my opinion, to mimic what we naturally do with our breathing. Not the breathing that most people do, but the breathing that we all did as babies. I refer to that as biological breathing. If you don't know how that's done, make sure you subscribe to my channel, because that's where I had previously explained to you how it was done. We'll make sure we put it at the end of this video. But with biological breathing, as you breathe in, you relax the muscles inside your pelvis, and in the process of breathing out, the same muscles come together to initiate the breathing out process. This is how nature attempts to tonicity and the condition of the muscles on the inside. That's because the status of these muscles is highly critical for the stability of your pelvis, and because your pelvis is the foundation to this structure above, its stability is very important. So biological breathing is a replacement to Kegel exercise that does more damage than good. Now, the next thing that we need to understand is how to keep this pelvis stable. In order to stabilize this, your spine needs to be neutral. The connection of the spine to the pelvis, when it's unstable, leads to instability of your pelvis. Also, your lower extremities attached to these sockets here are very important, because if they're unstable, the pelvis is unstable. So I use developmental exercises in my practice to teach my patients what needs to be in place. The reason I use developmental exercises is because this is how you learn to stabilize your pelvis to begin with. You laid the foundation that led to stability of your pelvis, and when you prove that your pelvis was stable under all circumstances, all different movements that you went through as a child, as a baby, then you become a running toddler. You sit, you stand, you walk, you run. So that's the manual of movement. So when it comes to pelvic stability and pelvic floor exercises, I know that the muscles on the inside change their behavior when there is lack of stability on the outside. So in order to get that change back to where it needs to be, I need to change the outside environment so these muscles don't have a reason to get tight. So I use developmental exercises, laying down on the floor, practicing breathing, practicing neutral spine, practicing trunk stability as the upper and lower extremities move. We mimic those different movement patterns that you and I and every walking human being on the planet Earth has done, to then give the stability back. And of course, these are powered by biological breathing at a frequency of every breath, which on average is somewhere between 17 to 22,000 times a day, to then hold what needs to be in place. For you to isolate an area to try to stretch it, to try to strengthen it, or try to make something look right when the depth of the movement is wrong is a sad attempt and waste of time. Hope this made sense. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you need help, use one of the methods of contact in the description box to contact me. Until next time, take care.